Welcome back to another video, everybody. So today we're doing another TFT gameplay review. Today's video is from OldManMid, and he is currently in Plat 1 NA as of sending me this video. And his goal is to get into Masters and looking to create content. He's also, by the way, a YouTube streamer as well as a Twitch streamer. And so I'll be placing his links in the description below if you want to check him out. And let's just jump into the gameplay. Let's try to make this video shorter than the last one. So quick difference between him and episode 1 with J. Greg. He included his mic audio, so we have a better idea of what he's thinking of during the gameplay. Also, if you're interested in sending me gameplay to review, I'll be placing a link in the description for you to send me your videos. Please feel free. I'm probably more helpful to Plats and below, but Diamonds I can probably help. Ooh, early Xayah though. That early Caitlyn is kind of tempting. He's also open to the Kha'Zix. Okay. So far he has a belt. That's his only item. Chain, red buff. Early Kha'Zix. Early Kate, a second Caitlyn.
Then we go Kha'Zix here.
Okay. With a chain and a belt, Kha'Zix. Well, belt is half Morello and chain is half GA. It's good he's scouting. Cloak.
Got a Blitzcrank. Do this.
For Chrono. Belt on Kha'Zix? Oh, maybe he's doing Kha'Zix. That's another. I don't really see Kha'Zix in high elo, but I've seen it work. It's basically Kha'Zix with an Infinity Edge and 2 Zeke's Heralds. So I'm not sure if that's what he's thinking of. We'll see. For me, I would have personally kept the Xayah. The 2 Chrono buff is really negligible compared to the attack speed Xayah can provide.
I'll wait it out.
That's my opinion. See, with this, his strongest board is, to me, very clearly J4 and Xayah, and remove the Brawlers. Like, if he was intending to try to save HP and get wins, definitely should have played the J4 and Xayah. My rule of thumb to go Shredder is if I have a 2-star Xayah by 2-1 or 2-2, and I have 2 or 3 of the components that he needs. Basically, he needs 3 gloves, which is kind of hard to get, right? Then you need sword, bow, and cloak. So far for him, he only has cloak. So to me, I don't think I would invest in a Shredder comp just yet, even if I got the units, because like if he had maybe like 2 swords, then I would change the IE with it for a Death Blade. But it's just his items don't really comply. But at the same time, I feel like his items don't comply to a Kha'Zix carry, unless of course he does the Kha'Zix carry, which is not the optimal comp. But I mean, I'm sure it still works. I feel like it's similar to the Pikachu Xayah build. It's not optimal, but works. And that was a good idea to add the Kai'Sa.
We got some Malphites.
But I feel like he could have, like, his board would have been really, really strong if he removed the Malphite and Blitzcrank for the J4 and Xayah. There's a guy going Shredder too. But you know, you can still use it temporarily, right?
There's a couple of people going Shredder.
Just because you're not going Shredder doesn't mean you can't use a 2-star J4 and 2-star Xayah early on.
I kind of want to lose this, unfortunately. For Carousel, but...
Oh, maybe he was trying to...
So we're going for a recurve bow, or...
Maybe he was trying to int. Personally,
sword.
I never int. Inting is bad. Just to get your preferred item.
None of those.
I feel like, see, for example, here's a good example. Imagine losing so much HP that you went down to 88 just so you can get first pick at an item, and then this is your carousel, right?
I'll go for the Giant's Belt.
Giant's Belt for what? For me, if I was going Kha'Zix, I would get a rod because he has a Kai'Sa right now, and well, the belt's already on his Kha'Zix, right? But what you do is you make Kai'Sa hold the rod and belt so that later you transfer it to your Vel'Koz. He's a good early game carry. Ooh, tasty. If you're interested to see the Kha'Zix build that I do, I posted a video a few days ago for Void build that I played. The only difference is I would replace the Rage Blade with a Infinity Edge or Death Blade even. Brawler.
I'm not gonna go for the Vi yet. She's too expensive.
He says as he holds 6 gold worth of units. He'll probably sell them off this one. Yeah, there we go. OldManMid, by the way, I'm not laughing. Just when you were watching this video, I'm not laughing at you. Just thought it was really funny. Sell gold.
Hey, we're on a little bit of a winning streak here.
Sell? You said you would sell, old man. He didn't sell. Okay, well, for that part, I would have sold.
Okay, possible RFC.
What's the belt going to be if he's gonna put RFC? Man, his items are actually really bad. Nice. Okay, let's pause here super quick. So when to hyper roll versus when to slow roll. So the hyper roll comps Shredder, Candyland. Is that even still worth it nowadays? I feel like I haven't seen it very often. And the new Void, the Kha'Zix carry, right? These are the 3 hyper roll comps. But if you have no competition, you could just slow roll it. Alternatively, if you don't have competition and you already have like 6 Kha'Zix like Old Man here has, you might consider rolling down a bit at 3-1 when you have 8/10 gold for the level up. That's what I've seen challengers do, and it seems that the rule of thumb seems to be like 5. If you already have 5 or 6 of the units, then you'll probably hit it when you roll down, right? Otherwise, your best bet is to slow roll. You get so much more money doing it, especially if you have no competition for a certain comp. I'd recommend it. But this is good because he already has 6 Kha'Zix. That's what I would do. Kha'Zix. He has to sell the 2 guys on the right. Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix. There we go. So rule of thumb, he could sell. Oh, he doesn't have to roll anymore. I guess he's looking for Malphite and TF. Yeah. Oh right, and Zeke's hyper roll. That's one I haven't tried yet. TF.
Should be able to hit our TF as well.
Okay, so at this point, you normally want to roll down to like 10 or 20 gold. Even when you do hyper roll, because you're kind of putting yourself in a position where you don't have money and you're broke. You shouldn't be rolling here.
Maybe we'll hold on to the Zaya just a little longer.
And to be clear, I know, but Van, in your last Void video, you couldn't stop rolling either. Well, I understand it as a misplay. Okay, I got early greedy. It's not the strategy. Slamming Dragon Claw, I guess could be. The problem is one of Vel'Koz's favorite items for this comp is QSS, so That would have been my only hesitation for
I
it.
just need items now. Alright.
The Vise.
Take the Blitz though. Okay, I'm gonna sell her.
There we go. I mean, you don't have to buy the Vise. Normally, in the early game, you don't want to buy your 3 costs that are part of your comp. Just for me, I prioritize Vi over Twisted Fate. That might be a me thing over a best practice thing.
Shit.
I just like Vi's CC, and I don't really value the 2 Chrono here at this point. As opposed to the CC of Vi. Like, Vi would have gone for that Zaya already
If I
by
had
now.
some decent Kha'Zix items, it'd be a little bit different.
Oh, and with regards to that, so he said if I had some decent Kha'Zix items, this would be different. But normally you build your comp around what items you get. So for me, if I had his start, I would have tried to build around the Blaster Brawler with red buff. You could still force it, right? I mean, like, you know, I don't remember what place he gets in this video. I'm watching this for the first time. But I think if I had his start where I had belt, chain, and what was the other one? Belt, chain, cloak, I think. I think I would instantly think about red buff and then the cloak being a QSS. It is a reroll galaxy, so maybe the hyper roll comps are, you know, a lot better in this galaxy. But this is the risk you take. So the risk you take is you go for a comp that you don't get the items for later on, which kind of sucks.
BF sword here. Hopefully it's not a troll fucking
Okay, 2 swords.
BF sword or recurve bow. I think it should be achievable either one or the other.
Yeah, he's third to choose. So he gets RFC.
RFC it is.
Nice.
That RFC is gonna help us out a lot.
Agreed.
We really just need one BF sword. We can get away with 1 Zeke's.
He had a few Lucians too, by the way. Like, come out. And it hurts to see him skip a Jinx. I know. I would never pivot. At this point, you've completely committed to a comp, right? But doesn't mean it doesn't hurt me.
So yeah, at 6 we could put in Kale.
That's right. So Kale is actually good mid-game carry.
Hard.
Well, not carry. Good mid-game addition to this comp because you're giving your Kai'Sa
Our
Valkyrie.
brawlers, our voids.
Got another bow.
BF sword here.
There we go.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, baby.
Kha'Zix. What are those other items gonna be?
I'm gonna wait for a bramble vest.
Okay. Wow, he
Should I just
responded.
put this on
He
Kha'Zix?
knew I asked.
We'll see. We might restart that Malphite. Could even possibly use Nico for it.
Would I use a Nico for a Malphite? I would. If it was like stage 5, I had 8 Malphites. Yeah, I'd probably Nico's it.
I'm actually gonna level here.
It's not a bad idea because he needs 4 costs. Like, he needs Vel'Koz and Cho'Gath to make this comp
Get
work,
that
right?
Valkyrie.
So leveling up here is not bad, but I would have definitely hit 6 a lot earlier. I don't remember. Did I hit 6 this early at 4-2 in my video? I don't remember. But that would be the optimal way to play it.
Oh, it's trade sector. So every time the round is over, or at the start of your next round, you get a free roll.
Oh, he's talking to his viewer. Okay. Okay. I was like, did he just realize that this was trade sector?
Get the refresh for free. You go for a chain vest, which we're probably not gonna get either.
It's not bad to think about
Go
the
for
tank
2,
items,
I guess.
but I would definitely would have been thinking of Vel'Koz. Because Vel'Koz is your secondary carry in a Void comp.
Okay.
Last Whisper.
I don't know, we'll see what happens.
I don't know what I would do here. I think I would wait for Raptors to decide what to do with the items at this point. Because he's like still the second highest HP, 60 plus HP.
We
It's
could
not
put
terrible.
Last Whisper on Kha'Zix, worst case.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. One thing that I've noticed, he hasn't really started like scouting, because with this comp, it can be like you could win fights
These
by
guys,
scouting.
like, frontline, they're 3 stars, so it's kind of hard.
You know,
Plus they're
like
contesting my Cho'Gath.
you
and
want to
shit
see
like that.
who are the possible people you'll fight, and then
So, no, he's already 8.
put your Kha'Zix in that side. So that's one thing he could definitely have improved. He would have saved so much more HP, in my opinion. In my opinion, at this point, I would level up. So people say, but the next round is a PvE round, and you have 50. You only have 50 gold. But think about it, okay? If you buy two XPs rather, you'll hit level 7, which means your next shop is a level 7 shop, right? What did it ultimately cost you? 1 bonus gold in the next round. So, and not only that, you would have had a Vi for this next upcoming fight. In this specific case. So, the rule of thumb seems to be with high elo challengers or high challenger players that I've seen, is if they can level up and maintain 30 gold, they'll do it.
Oops.
Infiltrator spat? Might be a good idea here. Infiltrator, Rebel, Dark Star, Protector. There's really only choices Infiltrator spat. I wouldn't have okay, wait, let's pause here. I wouldn't have necessarily put money into levels at this point, because at level 7, you can already try to get your carries, right? You can get your Cho'Gath, well, not your carries, the other Void, your missing components, because if not, your comp might be kind of weak at this point. Like, that Kale's only purpose is to give this Kai'Sa Valkyrie, but that Kai'Sa, rather, isn't really putting out a ton of damage, doesn't have any items. So the benefit is really, really small. But imagine if he had replaced the Kai'Sa and the Kale with a Cho'Gath and Vel'Koz already. Then he'd have 4 Brawler, and he'd have 2 Sorcerer. He'd have 3 Void, most importantly, and his Kha'Zix will start ripping everybody apart. So I would have personally tried to roll down before leveling up, so that I would find at least one of each of those units. I would maybe make Via an Infiltrator personally. Or Malphite. I'm a big fan of I have a video on set 2 with Assassin Malphite. Good times. Oh, that Blitz saved his butt.
I should have probably rolled more here.
Yep. That's a lot of damage. 32 health. Yes, there we go. There's Vel'Koz.
There you go.
I wouldn't keep the kill.
I gotta roll down.
I wouldn't have bought the kill.
Cho'Gath.
There we go. Okay, now what? He has to replace.
So we do this.
Correct. It is exactly how I thought it should happen. I would make. He doesn't have Infiltrator right now. I would make Vi an Infiltrator at this point. Ooh. Great minds think alike. Okay, so now there's an Infiltrator buff. Shroud is not an awful item. Decent item. So. Oof, 21 health. So normally people run this with a Fizz for extra CC, and you get Infiltrator. If you already have Vi as an Infiltrator, would I still run it with Fizz? Maybe. That Kale was a bit of a waste of money though.
I think I'm gonna push for 8 here, I guess.
Yeah, it could be better. But
This is risk.
But he should be scouting where to put his Kha'Zix. Surely I did it. Yeah, I did. I definitely did. In my last video, I scouted very often where to place my Kha'Zix, and because it makes huge difference. When you put it on the side of a Shredder over the opposite side of a Zaya in the Shredder comp, it's a winner. It's the difference between winning or losing. The other thing, he has a Shroud now, so he could be moving his Malphite into different places where there's a bigger concentration of enemy units. So that definitely, those two things could help him be keeping his health and winning fights.
These guys are all pretty fucking strong. Could be a possible Morello for Vel'Koz. I'm not fucking.
Yep.
Jeez.
There is no dispute.
I'm really happy that when I do these videos, that the people I've been reviewing have a good grasp of the game, have they have their basics down, and not only that, they have advanced skills already. And I always get worried that maybe I watch this video and I find nothing wrong, right? But I'm glad that I'm still able to find little things that could be improved and be done better. So I'm glad, because I have this idea that one day I'm gonna get a video, I'll watch it from start to finish and be like, man, he played that perfectly.
Get a GA here for Kha'Zix.
GA for Kha'Zix, yeah.
So we got top 4.
That's probably what I would do in this situation. If not, maybe the Morello and Vel'Koz. But it's important that you have two offensive items and one
outrolled. Yeah.
I don't feel like he was
hit their
outrolled.
fucking units.
Well, okay. So if with regards to like him getting outrolled, yes, kind of, but at the same time, like, there was a lot of econ mistakes early on, and he leveled a bit too late to get his 4 cost units, and as well as he put money into going 8 already without even having his Cho and Vel'Koz. So for me, I would roll down to 7, try to get at least my Cho and Vel'Koz just to make my Kha'Zix live. And apart from that, Vel'Koz is normally your second carry, and his Vel'Koz is basically naked at the moment.
Just gonna push here because it's like
Yep, well,
the moment of truth.
10 health, you have to push, right?
Every second matters.
Something like this.
Yeah, so the positioning is
So they'll have a Cho'Gath.
the positioning, in my opinion, is so negligible if you don't know where your Kha'Zix is going to jump. He wins this, right? He is Void.
Fuck, these guys are so strong.
Oh my god, that's a 3-star Vi. So thick. I think he wins this, yeah.
Holy shit, that G really came in handy. I need to keep rolling for my Cho'Gath.
Agreed. There's really no use to his Kai'Sa.
Do we-
His Kai'Sa in this comp right now is actually useless because he's providing almost no damage. He doesn't even provide the Infiltrator buff. If I were him, I would still substitute it with a Fizz, and just because Fizz grants you extra CC, or just add the Kale in. I mean, it's a Kale, you know. Did he have the Kale before he placed the Infiltrator spat? Maybe that might have been the play actually. Infiltrator Kale.
Go Fizz instead.
Yeah, Fizz instead, definitely over Kai'Sa, 800%. So here's Kha'Zix, jumps to the back, still gets the rumble, but I would have placed it like right behind the rebel team, and would have killed the Sona and the Ziggs first. Oh, he survived. Okay. Another Infiltrator spat.
That gives us 4. Who's the Infiltrator?
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
TF, I guess.
I mean, that Kale would be pretty fucking sweet too. 4 Infiltrator Void Brawler. Damn, so many kills.
I think we win this.
That's Zerath though. 2-star Zerath is strong.
Jeez, never mind.
7th place, okay. Overall, things that could have been done better. Early on, he was keeping a J4 and Xayah. I would either use them or sell them if I could make the next econ level. He kept it even though he had 14 gold, which could have been, you know, 1 more extra gold at the end of the round or the next round. That's 1. Just play your strongest board. If you have that, even though you have a level 1 Malphite and a 1-star Malphite and a 1-star Blitzcrank, and that's part of your final comp, you might want to consider using the other 2 stars you have in your disposal, because that's going to like win you fights. Unless he might have did it on purpose. He might have played a weaker board on purpose to int, so he could get like first choice at his items. I personally wouldn't. Best practice is you build a comp based on the items you get. In his case, I guess a reroll comp would be stronger than let's say Blaster Brawler in the Trade Sector Galaxy, but it's just hard when you're hoping for certain items when you can't guarantee that you'll get them even if you int. What else? Scouting. He did a really good job scouting early game, seeing what comps people had, what units people had, but I don't think I saw him scout ever since then. And so with the Void comp, what makes it really strong is you want to make sure the Kha'Zix goes behind enemy lines. Like if you place him just randomly in the middle, it'll still kind of work, but you would sometimes get like their tanks over, especially if he has an RFC. He'll sometimes attack the tanks that are nearby as opposed to the carries that are normally within the corners. So that's one big thing that could be improved here. Especially when he had the Shroud, like a lot of the times people put their carries left or right, and so you'll have like there were a few times he only hit like 1 Shen or something. And I think one of the more important things that he would benefit from is like practicing how to econ, because there were times where he could have made 20 but he didn't, or made 30, 40, 50 just from holding units. I don't think it was such a big problem that he didn't buy the Vise early. That's fine, because Vise are 3 gold and that's expensive. If you're not gonna add them soon, you can consider not buying them. That's perfectly fine. But the problem was he kept rolling down further and further looking for his upgrades, but because Void requires 4 costs like Cho'Gath and Vel'Koz, and you can't guarantee you get them, right? It's still a matter of chance. You could still get them at level 5. statistically possible, 5% chance at a 4 cost, but you want to try to roll down at a certain point and then try to hit your upgrades. I don't remember, but if there was there another Void, was there another Kha'Zix build player? Because if there wasn't, 800% I would slow roll it. Slow rolling is taking whatever is above 50 gold and then rolling down. Normally you do this all throughout stage 3 of the game, so that you're still gaining that extra 5 gold every round. That's money for rolling, baby. If you're doing Void Infiltrator, you want to try to hit level 6 and 7 soon as well, because you need Vel'Koz and Cho'Gath for a power spike. That was, for me, probably the biggest thing that could have been improved in this game. Also, the items. So the priority, he didn't have like a lot of options. His items were like, to be honest, they were kind of shitty for the comp. Best case scenario, you want the current meta at 10.10. You want GA on Kha'Zix, and you want RFC. Okay? Those are the two important ones. The third item can be either Infinity Edge or Deathblade, or whatever other offensive. Like for me, I use Rageblade in my video, but only because I couldn't find the other items. So, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. If you're interested in letting me review some of your gameplay, the application form will be in the description below. And let me know what you think, guys. Like I'm really excited. I'm really loving doing this, and I was considering, should I maybe speed up the videos, maybe rewatch them at 1.25 or 1.5 times speed just to make the videos shorter? Let me know what your thoughts are, if these videos are too long, or if you have any ideas to cut them down. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.